let's start, you guys, with face shapes and how to highlight and contour for your face shape. We're going to begin by getting you to look in the mirror and take a look and see what kind of face shape you have. And remember, to determine your face shape, before you start, you want to tie your hair back so that you can like get a good look at the entire face. You want to look at your forehead width. I'm sorry, I have to refer to my notes just a little bit so I don't forget anything. From hairline to hairline, you want to go for your cheekbone width. You want to go from hairline to hairline, and also with the jawline. Okay, you want to look at your face length. Begin measuring at the center of your hairline and bring it down until it reaches your chin here. Okay, and then take note of the angles and contours of your face to see whether they're soft or sharp. This is important on how you deal with your contour. So soft meaning like, you know, real soft and gentle. Are you bony and there's your, you know, you've got cheekbones for days and they're popping right out. Next, examine the 6 common face shapes that we looked at in the previous video. And then you want to take a look at certain things, like, is your forehead rounded at the hairline? Is the width of your face essentially the same as the length? Is your jawline rounded with very subtle angles? Is the length of your face essentially the same size as the width? All right, so that's a beginning, just a beginning look at what you have. I would love you guys to do that and comment below what your face shape is. Wouldn't that be fun? So let's try taking a look. I'm going to give you a minute to do that. And all right, let's run through some different products and figure out what might be, you know, the best to carry, the easiest to carry, all of that kind of thing, and also what you can like makeshift. All right, so let's begin. So you can start, if you've got no highlight and contour in your kit, you can start doing all of that even just with a foundation. You don't have to have specific products. This happens to be like a full coverage foundation in the Boom X Beauty line. This is a brand new one. So just so that you can see how there's tones within foundation that have kind of like more of not so warm, they're more cool, or they're more ashy, just a little bit. Those cooler tones, because when you have super warm tones, like it's got a lot of orange in it. I should grab this one instead. It's got a lot of orange in it. I'll show you the difference. Do you guys see the difference there in tone? How this one's a little bit kind of like a greeny olivey. And this is a Fenty Beauty one here. This is a contour color. This is actually kind of close. Well, what am I saying? This is a bronzer, but I find this to be too cool for me to bronze with, as opposed to like, look at how warm they are next to each other. Like this has got a lot more warmth to it. So the key to a good contour is to have you can have a touch of warmth, but not too much. I'm also going to show you this one. Hold on, I've got to like wipe this up a little bit. All right, you guys may or may not have seen this before, and I may I'll put up a video showing a demo of me doing all this. So this bottom row here is the highlight contour row. Sorry, it's so streaked up because it's been heavily used. Look, it's almost finished. This is the color corrector, and this is the contour, a little bit above the contour and highlight. So basically it allows me to go depth building here, how I showed you guys, go to the second color here, and then go to the highlight color here, so that it's graduating into the highlight area. So you could see that this is like a creamy substance. So that is a nice thick kind of contour color. Oops, I got makeup on my hand as usual, so just ignore some lipstick or something. So you know, those are a creamy substance that you can use. So like I'm saying, like there's so many ways, and I love to layer them. So I like to use cream to build. I like to use, sometimes I do, if it's summertime, a little bit of foundation, maybe a little cream and a little powder over top. The layer building really builds dimension into it. Therefore, For myself personally, I like multiple products. I might even use a concealer. Like this is a concealer from Juvia's Place. Oops, I'm dripping. Juvia's Place, and you can see it's kind of probably getting older. That's why it just dripped out. I haven't used this in a while. So it's got kind of a similar contour tone. So a heavy concealer can do it. Even a medium concealer can create a contour color. Well, there's also the contour sticks. So I'll show you guys that as well. We'll go into highlighters in a minute, but this is a contour stick from Fenty, and you guys can take a look at that tone. So you could see as well, like if I put it up to my cheek, for example, I've worn this. I find this a little bit deep for me and a little bit obvious rather than the one that I showed you earlier. Let me just grab that other one. This color here seems to like nail it every time for me when I'm on myself for a color, for a tone. So it's just a slight, it's got like almost like a bit more ruddiness to it, which is a little more similar to the skin, whereas this is a little more direct in tone as far as like orangey chocolate. And I find this like a ruddy tone, and it works so well. I love that color. So when you put that up against a color like this, which is this is actually just a powder, which can be used as well. I just want to show you tones. So you could see compared to this color here, this has just a little bit more warmth to it and not so ruddy. It's more similar to this. So that ruddiness can create more of a natural shadow, like a natural effect. And I love the way that looks. So showing you differences in products is important. So I'm showing you everything from creams to liquids. You can even use a satin foundation, you know, depending on what the person's skin coloring is, and you can highlight and contour on every color of skin. It doesn't matter if you're, you know, deep, or if you are white. You can contour and highlight on every skin color. You just have to make adjustments for warmth, for ashiness. The darker that you get, the deeper you get, the more careful you have to watch that you're not making the skin look gray. So always watch for grayness, and you always want to watch for too orangey. You want something that resembles a natural shadow as best you possibly can. Let's take a visit with the highlighter world so you guys can take a look at those options as well. So just a quick wrap up from contour is, remember with contour, you want it to create a natural shadow, and the product selection of what you can put there can be anything from a cream to a stick to a eyeshadow, even if you need to. A blush can even be a contour if it's the right tone. So it's only the tone that you're after, and building layers of it will build and reinforce more dramatic an effect on that contour. So layering like on the jawline, layering on the cheekbone area. So putting a cream underneath the makeup, putting a contour on top of the makeup, so that you can like make sure that whatever you're doing is standing out the way that you want it to, pending that you want your contour to look pretty strong. For softer, be careful that you don't overindulge. So you just have to kind of weigh the options out. So back to highlights, let's roll with that.